Welcome to Obi-Wan Studios. Today's LEGO Star Wars review is on the 75169 Duel on Naboo. This scene from episode 1 is one that I'd really wished LEGO made a diorama for the 25th anniversary of The Phantom Menace, but we are just going to have to stick with this set for now for the foreseeable future. The Duel on Naboo released January of 2017 for $25 and retired at the end of 2018. Today, sealed in the box like this example here, you can expect to pay around $80 for it according to Brick Economy. This set comes with 208 pieces and 3 total minifigures: Darth Maul, Obi Wan Kenobi, and Qui Gon Jinn, obviously the lineup you'd expect for a set like this. The box art shows the build with the duel taking place right when Obi-Wan is separated from it and Qui-Gon's facing Darth Maul alone, and the whole thing is placed inside of that final area where the battle takes place in. It's kind of hard to tell, but that's what is going on there. Turning the box to the backside, we have some of the set's play features highlighted, and this time the background to me looks like the hangar where the duel starts off. Not the best box art ever on a set, since it's just a bit hard to even tell what's going on. Alright, time to unseal this set. As always, the best way to support the channel and me making these reviews is to make sure you're subscribed if you aren't already, and leave a like on the video. As always, let me know your thoughts on this set in the comments down below too. Now, let's unseal the Duel on Naboo. Inside the box, we have the instructions manual, 1 single sticker on the sticker sheet, 3 numbered bags, and 2 loose octagon plates. Starting off with our minifigures first, we have Darth Maul, and it's always great to get him in a set. The only small issue with Darth Maul is the Zabrak horn headpiece's printing never was the same width as the face printing, so it just looks a little bit off no matter what way you look at him, with the headpiece just not lining up ever. This is actually fixed on the new 2024 version of him, but here it obviously isn't. It's not a huge issue, but one that just should have never really existed. Maul's actual face print I think looks really great, and I like the print for his Sith robes as well, which extends down to his waist and legs. Turning him around, we have a nice back print as well. As far as Darth Maul is concerned, I think he's a pretty good episode 1 version of him in this set. Our next minifig is Padawan Obi-Wan Kenobi. We of course have a short episode 1 styled hairpiece, which always looks good, and then we have 2 face prints. Both look really good as well, but my favorite is the angry one when he sees Maul strike Qui-Gon down. Now, episode 1 versions of Obi-Wan have an issue as a result of having 2 face prints. You can see the second face's mouth and chin underneath that hairpiece. It's definitely not the best look, sadly. As for display, you can really only have him facing forward if you want him to look really remotely good. Obi-Wan's Jedi robe printing I think looks good overall, but another issue with these minifigs is that awful skin tone color printing matching that's just way too dark. It looks rather bad as well. Obi-Wan does have waist and leg printing, which looks fine. Turning him around, there is a nice looking back print on him as well. This episode 1 version of Obi-Wan is a decent minifig, but LEGO just seemingly not thinking that seeing a mouth and chin from underneath the hair was an issue worth fixing kind of makes him a bit subpar in my opinion. Lastly, we have Qui Gon Jinn, just a total fan favorite character from The Phantom Menace. The hairpiece looks great as usual for Qui-Gon, and we have 2 face prints for him as well. We have a more kind of pondering expression, and then what really is the face of him getting struck down by Darth Maul. It's pretty funny that they actually included that in the set, but they nailed the design for that second face print. Now, like Obi-Wan, the skin tone color matching is not good for Qui-Gon on the body print, but the robe printing does overall look good for the body. Now, Qui-Gon's for the longest time now have had the worst looking leg printing, with those tan robes turning gray when they're painted over the brown legs. It honestly looks terrible, and LEGO to this day in 2024, at the time of me making this review, has still not fixed it. I just don't understand it, to be honest, but hey, that's just the way it is, unfortunately, with these Qui-Gon minifigs. If we take off his hairpiece to get a better look at the back printing, that looks pretty good at least. Qui-Gon is always a great character to get in minifig form, but until LEGO fixes that awful leg printing, I'll just never think the minifig is above a 5 out of 10. Looking at our 3 minifigs together, none of them are flawless, but Darth Maul is clearly the best one, I think. Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon have issues that LEGO just needed to have done better with in terms of the quality. The minifigs in this set in terms of the actual characters is quite good. It's what you would want, but the quality just falls short. And here is our Duel on Naboo build. It's the final section of the Duel of the Fates where they're fighting in that plasma refinery, which is kind of underneath the Naboo palace. I think it overall looks pretty good. It's very focused on play, but it also looks decent for display as well. Diving into the details of the build, we have one of those ray shields that opens and closes, building the tension of that duel scene. These can close and open by pulling the Technic handle at the very front of the build. It works really well with these red lightsaber pieces kind of acting as the ray shields, and it's an awesome play feature to represent one of the key parts of the duel. Underneath we have some pink dish pieces stacked up, which I believe is just to try and get some of those pink plasma pillars we see a bit earlier in the duel into the build. I think it looks fine and certainly adds a nice bit of color, but this dome piece over them I just can never get to fully close, so that is a little annoying. The back section is where the rest of the duel takes place, where Maul separates Qui Gon and Obi-Wan from each other. The top platform I think looks pretty good in terms of the shaping, and these transparent blue tiles just add some nice coloring as well, just to get a bit more of the color scheme into the build. And then the sticker at the very back adds a lot of wall detail just to make it look more like the actual spot that the fight takes place in. I'd have loved to have gotten one more of these wall pieces with another sticker on it, but space-wise for play, I get why we just got one. Then we have the shaft where Obi-Wan falls down and is hanging by those little lights, which we have two of them incorporated into the build. It's pretty nice to have that detail added in because it's such a small part of the environment but makes for a huge difference in the outcome of the duel. Now this last play feature is rather cool. You can place Obi-Wan on this clear dish piece at the bottom and then use this plate that extends out of the side of the build to launch him out of the pit, mimicking his jump over Darth Maul to win the duel. I think this is just awesome, and props to the designers for actually incorporating this into the build and making it work rather well. Overall, I think this set is good, but definitely not great in my opinion. The build for it is pretty great actually. It has some nice play features that work very well and a decent amount of detail, so for someone like me who displays their sets, if you display it with the minifigs kind of mimicking the battle and the scene from the movie, it actually looks pretty cool on display. So a playset that can have some display aspect as well, I really do like, but the minifigs really failed to deliver quality, sadly, in my opinion, and that is really what holds the set back from being anything above a 7 out of 10 in my opinion. Thank you for watching my review on the 75169 Duel on Naboo. Make sure you let me know your thoughts on this one in the comments down below. If you like this set, if you are okay with the minifigs' flaws that are flaws in my opinion, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. And if you enjoyed the review, make sure you subscribe and give the video a like to support my channel. And don't forget to also check out my YouTube channel for more LEGO Star Wars reviews.